Hello everyone, welcome to Scoreboard Gaming. In today's video, we're gonna look for underrated games for the Sega Genesis. As usual, don't forget to like and subscribe, also, hit the notification button, so let's go straight to the video. Skeleton Krew. Skeleton Krew is an action-packed isometric shooter game developed by Core Design and published by Atari for the Sega Genesis. Released in 1995, the game offers a unique blend of fast-paced shooting, exploration, and a dark sci-fi atmosphere. Skeleton Krew provides an interesting twist on the traditional isometric shooter genre. Players control one of the titular Skeleton Krew, a group of mercenaries equipped with various weapons and special abilities. The game offers both single-player and cooperative multiplayer modes. As players progress through the game's levels, they face waves of enemies and bosses, collecting power-ups and weapons to enhance their arsenal. The controls are relatively intuitive, allowing players to move, aim, and shoot in different directions. However, the isometric perspective can sometimes make precise aiming challenging. The game's visuals are a mixed bag. The isometric viewpoint allows for detailed environments, but the sprites themselves can feel a bit small and lack some fine detail. The game's environments range from industrial complexes to alien landscapes, showcasing a decent amount of variety. While the graphics may not be as visually impressive as some other games of the era, they do manage to capture a unique and moody atmosphere. The sound design of Skeleton Krew is relatively atmospheric, aiming to create a dark and eerie ambience. The music consists of electronic tracks that complement the game's sci-fi setting. Sound effects, such as weapon fire and enemy noises, contribute to the game's action-packed feel. While not groundbreaking, the sound design effectively enhances the gameplay experience. The level design in Skeleton Krew is a mix of exploration and action. Players traverse through different environments, solving puzzles and defeating enemies along the way. Some levels require strategic thinking to find switches, keys, and hidden areas, which adds an extra layer of depth to the gameplay. The pacing varies, with some levels being more challenging than others, and the game offers a variety of enemies, from standard foes to more formidable bosses. In conclusion, Skeleton Krew for the Sega Genesis offers an intriguing blend of isometric shooting, exploration, and cooperative gameplay, wrapped in a dark sci-fi setting. While it may not stand out as a classic of its genre, it still offers a solid and entertaining experience for those interested in retro action games. Mega Turrican. Mega Turrican is a classic run-and-gun platformer developed by Factor 5 and published by Data East for the Sega Genesis. Released in 1994, the game is part of the Turrican series and is known for its action-packed gameplay, impressive graphics, and memorable soundtrack. The game offers fast-paced and intense run-and-gun gameplay. Players control Bren Maguire, a heavily armed soldier equipped with a versatile weapon known as the Turbarilla. The game features a mix of side-scrolling and vertical-scrolling levels, each filled with enemies, obstacles, and power-ups. The Turbarilla can be upgraded by collecting power-ups, which enhances its capabilities. The game also includes a grappling hook mechanic that adds a layer of strategy and mobility to the platforming. The controls are responsive, allowing players to navigate the levels, aim precisely, and unleash firepower on enemies. The difficulty level can be quite challenging, offering a satisfying experience for players seeking a test of skill. Mega Turrican boasts impressive graphics for its time, showcasing detailed and colorful environments. The character sprites are well designed, and the game's environments range from futuristic cities to alien landscapes. The visual effects, such as explosions and background animations, contribute to the game's dynamic and engaging visuals. The Genesis hardware limitations are well managed, and the game's graphics remain a highlight of its presentation. The game's soundtrack, composed by Chris Hulsbeck, is often praised for its catchy and energetic tunes. The music complements the action on screen, enhancing the game's intensity and creating a memorable auditory experience. Sound effects, such as weapon fire and enemy noises, add to the immersion and excitement of the gameplay. The combination of the soundtrack and sound effects contributes significantly to the game's overall atmosphere. The level design in Mega Turrican is well crafted, offering a balance of exploration, platforming challenges, and intense action sequences. Each level presents its own unique set of obstacles, enemies, and hazards, keeping the gameplay fresh and engaging. The game also includes hidden areas and secrets, encouraging players to explore and discover hidden power-ups and bonuses. The variety and level design contributes to the game's replayability. In conclusion, Mega Turrican for the Sega Genesis delivers a memorable and thrilling run-and-gun experience. With its responsive controls, impressive graphics, immersive sound design, and well-designed levels, it remains a gem in the library of the Sega Genesis and a must-play title for fans of classic action platformers. Truxton. Truxton, known as Tatsujin in Japan, is a classic vertical scrolling shoot 'em up game developed by Toaplan and published by Taito for the Sega Genesis. Released in 1989, the game is part of the 2D shoot 'em up genre that was popular during the era. Truxton follows the traditional formula of vertical shmup games. Players control a spaceship equipped with a primary weapon and a limited number of screen-clearing bombs. The goal is to navigate through waves of enemies and intricate bullet patterns, defeating powerful bosses at the end of each stage. The gameplay relies heavily on quick reflexes, precise movement, and pattern recognition. The controls are responsive, allowing players to dodge bullets and strategically use their weapons. The difficulty level can be quite high, which is characteristic of the genre, offering a challenging and rewarding experience for players who enjoy testing their skills. The graphics of Truxton are a standout feature, showcasing vibrant and detailed sprites. The enemy designs are creative, ranging from small drones to larger mechanical monstrosities. The game's environments transition smoothly as players progress through the stages, each offering a distinct visual theme. The explosions and special effects contribute to the visual spectacle, and the game manages to maintain a solid frame rate despite the chaotic on-screen action. The game's soundtrack, composed by Masahiro Yuga, is energetic and fits the intense gameplay perfectly. The music sets the tone for each level, enhancing the sense of urgency and excitement. Sound effects, including weapon fire and enemy explosions, contribute to the immersion and dynamics of the game. While not the most advanced sound capabilities of the Sega Genesis, the sound design effectively complements the gameplay experience. Truxton features well-designed levels that gradually increase in difficulty. Each stage introduces new enemy types and bullet patterns, keeping players engaged and adapting their strategies. The boss battles are a highlight, featuring challenging attack patterns that require quick reflexes and careful maneuvering. The pacing of the game is well balanced, providing a sense of progression without becoming overwhelming. In conclusion, Truxton for the Sega Genesis offers a timeless vertical shoot 'em up experience. With its tight controls, visually impressive graphics, immersive sound design, and well-designed levels, the game captures the essence of classic arcade action. For players seeking a challenging and nostalgia-inducing journey, Truxton remains a noteworthy title in the Genesis library. DEcap Attack. DEcap Attack is a platforming game developed by Vic Tokai and published by Sega for the Sega Genesis. Released in 1991, the game offers a unique blend of platforming, action, and humor. The game features a quirky and unconventional gameplay premise. Players control Chuck D. Head, a mummy-like character with a detachable head that serves as a projectile weapon. The gameplay involves navigating through various levels, defeating enemies, and overcoming obstacles using Chuck's head and his jumping abilities. Each level introduces new challenges, including platforming sequences, enemy encounters, and boss battles. The controls are relatively straightforward, allowing players to jump, attack with Chuck's head, and navigate the levels. The unique mechanic of using Chuck's head as a weapon adds a creative twist to the traditional platforming formula. The game's graphics adopt a cartoonish and colorful art style that fits the game's humorous tone. Character and enemy designs are imaginative and bring a distinct personality to the game's world. The environments range from spooky landscapes to whimsical settings, and the level design showcases a variety of creative ideas. While not the most visually advanced game on the Genesis, the graphics are charming and contribute to the game's overall appeal. DEcap Attack features a catchy and energetic soundtrack that complements the game's lighthearted and quirky atmosphere. The music changes to suit the different levels, enhancing the experience of exploring various environments. Sound effects, such as enemy defeats and character actions, contribute to the game's audio immersion. One of the standout features of DEcap Attack is its humorous presentation. The game doesn't take itself too seriously, with character designs, level names, and animations often invoking a sense of whimsy and fun. This lighthearted approach sets DEcap Attack apart from other platformers of its time. The level design in DEcap Attack is varied and offers a mix of platforming challenges and enemy encounters. Each level presents its own set of obstacles, enemies, and hazards, requiring players to adapt their strategies. Boss battles are a particular highlight, with creative and amusing designs that contribute to the game's humor. In conclusion, DEcap Attack for the Sega Genesis provides a dose of offbeat platforming action that's both entertaining and amusing. With its creative gameplay mechanics, colorful graphics, and catchy soundtrack, the game offers a fun and memorable experience for players looking for something a bit different in the platforming genre. And that's it for today's video. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments. Thank you so much to watch. I'll see you soon. Bye.